Dumbo, Dumbo, ice prince and chopsticks, Mac combo. I split the jets with my family.
We're still in New Orleans. It's a long weekend of the All-Star weekend. Of course, NBA is celebrating the importance of basketball to Africans and of course, Africa as a continent. One of the parties that everybody's going to and talking about tonight is the NBA Africa Party, the All-Star Africa Party. And of course, we're here. We'll be grabbing a couple of people to speak to, so stick around and don't go nowhere.
Some of them put knife behind my back. Dumbo, 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 that's my guy. Dumbo, Dumbo, I promise I don't go lie.
Now we're here in New Orleans, the NBA Africa, and of course in collaboration with the NBA, hosting an All-Star Africa Party here in New Orleans. What do you aim to achieve with such, an exposure, especially an event like this that has African stars?
It's first and foremost, to be part of the celebration. We have a, very strong contingent of guests that are here from Africa, and we want to show them the good time because that's what All-Star Weekend is about. This is our annual showcase. We bring our partners from all over the world, and we are excited to give this opportunity to have this platform here in New Orleans together. We have talent that came in from Nigeria. I'm talking about musical talent to perform for our fans. I think it's a great thing, and we're very excited. We did this in Houston. Obviously, this year we take it up another notch, and looking forward to next year in New York too. But this is going to be really something that's going to be fun because a lot of people are going to come through here tonight.
Tanasis Antetokounmpo, I saw you tonight. You performed at the Slam Dunk Contest. It's the All-Star Weekend. First of all, what does it feel for you? How did it feel for you?
Well, the feeling is amazing. I mean, all my family's here. Everyone's supportive. It's amazing.
It was a new experience for me. I have fun. I was with my family. My family enjoyed it. I hope the people enjoy it too. And it was great.
Ice Prince Zamani.
Yes, what up?
You're in the United States of America.
Yeah, we're out here, man.
NBA Africa has called you out here to perform the first ever event like this in the United States of America, being the first person they called upon. How does it feel?
Yo, man, I feel extremely honored. I feel blessed to be, one of the first Africans to be coming out here to do this. And when I got the call at first, I kept asking my manager, why me? These guys really want me to go there? Like, why me? You know what I mean? So it gave me that feeling of honor. I feel really blessed to be here, man. It's an amazing feeling.
Gathering people together and bringing such great minds and paying attention to the continent. I think the NBA has done an unbelievable job with really paying attention now and trying to help it grow in Africa. And we are. For me, it's spectacular. Being from there, growing up there and coming here, it's special to me, and I think I know I have an obligation where I have to pay attention there and use maybe what we have here to help over there. So these events continue to be huge for us. Yeah.
Well, I know that this is a passion project for Masai, and I just, whatever Masai's into, I'm into. So I think it's a phenomenal concept. And, I'm just excited to be a part of anything this guy's involved in.
It feels phenomenal to be chosen to represent Africa at the NBA All-Stars Weekend game. Am I not blessed? I think I am.
Turn me up, me up, me up.
You're the Vice President of the NBA Africa in development. Can you explain a little bit about your role in NBA Africa?
We were tasked with the mission of leading the NBA business across Africa. We opened our office in Johannesburg in May 2010 with the goal of growing the sport, growing the game of basketball, making it accessible. So we focus a lot on grassroots development because we are aware that before we can talk about our business, growing our business, we first have to grow the sport. Basketball is a very popular sport across Africa, but at the same time, there are some challenges that impede the growth of the game. But we see these challenges as opportunity, to really, work to increase participation. I think the challenges are mainly around the lack of infrastructure. So we set out in our first year to really engage with all the stakeholders across our priority markets to work with government, sports ministries and national basketball federations to figure out ways to build infrastructure, both physical infrastructure in terms of courts, and also how do we develop a local expertise, training coaches and creating programs that use basketball to really engage youth, around, education and living healthy lives. This is what we do through programs like Basketball Without Borders that we held in Johannesburg since 2003. Yeah. So now that we are on the ground, have a physical presence, we are able to do more programs, beyond Basketball Without Borders.
I think it's hugely important. I think that, when we talk about ancestral things that take place, it's great to be able to get back to where it all began. And, because of this great man here to my right and Amadou, the fact that they have really put in a lot of work and effort to help guys out, to help better situations over there, to start academies. And more importantly, if the kids are able to leave there and get an education here, whether they make the NBA or not, basketball was that avenue. And I think that's the biggest importance that we have to take a look at as far as what they're able to do with things. If they don't make the NBA, they go back and help their country. That's what it's all about. I think using basketball to help your situation, that's the ultimate right there.
I mean, Africa is the biggest emerging market in the world, and the NBA game is a universal game, is a global game. So it was about time that Africa got in the game. So anytime I can support anything that has anything to do with Africa, I'm here.
African All-Star Party here tonight, having the likes of Dirk Nowitzki and people come through. What does this do for the sport in Africa?
Well, like I said, we're the last continent to experience growth. If you looked at what China did with basketball and Yao Ming as an ambassador, and the amount of untapped talent in Africa is limitless. The potential is limitless, and I think once NBA Africa gets in the trenches and starts the initial work, the sky's the limit. There's nothing that we can't do. It just needs that attention governmentally, as a culture, and as each individual country.
Now, speaking about basketball, and of course, we're here in New Orleans, the All-Star Weekend. The NBA has had, a history of great African players like Dikembe Mutombo, Hakeem Olajuwon. Those are people that have made huge impacts in the game. How do you, as the NBA Africa, want to use the history that those legends have had in the sport to motivate the young players?
Yeah, we had a luncheon today, with really major stakeholders. It was amazing to have Hakeem Olajuwon there and Dikembe Mutombo and our good friend Masai Ujiri, the general manager of the Toronto Raptors, a great role model, because we talk about the players that play the game and the legends that have really did it on the court, but Masai's example is something we're very proud to, talk about wherever we go across the continent to do clinics, because we are letting these young people know that through the game of basketball there are so many other, opportunities you can access, so by just being focused on, doing the right things, having ambitions, having big dreams, sports can help you achieve that. And I think Masai is a shining example of that. So, Hakeem, Dikembe, and Joakim Noah came through also at the luncheon. And, we had some WNBA players there too. So these players and legends are extremely committed to giving back. So when you see Dikembe, stood up and talk about how Hakeem inspired him, and then, later on Joakim Noah walks in the room, and that tells you that you almost, exactly, but with the same purpose. The torch is being carried by the likes of Joakim, Luol Deng, Serge Ibaka, some great young African stars, you know, that are going to continue to have an impact. So African players have had an impact in the NBA for a very long time, since Hakeem was drafted in '84, and then you had the late Manute Bol. So, you know, the examples are there. So, but I'm just, you know, grateful that they are committed to being part of what we're trying to do, which is growing the sport across Africa.
How important is a role like yours to inspire the younger generation?
It's super important because now we have a voice, and I feel so privileged that following the footsteps of Hakeem and Dikembe, and it's very unfortunate that those guys did not play in these times of digital, of social media, and where they would have been huge now, you know, like, so I think we got shafted a little bit with that, but we're glad that these guys still come out and they make an impact, and they really, like, I think, are starting to grow again, almost, even as legends, you know, like, but with me being in my position, I feel I have to. Yeah, for me, failure is not an option for me, because I have to build those to come after, and I take it serious. I'm passionate about it, and it's my life. It has given me such an unbelievable opportunity. So this is huge.
And that's it for this second part of our Sports 360 Extra special on the NBA All-Star Weekend. You heard it. The NBA is committed to growing the game of basketball throughout the African continent, with legends like Dikembe Mutombo and Hakeem Olajuwon the shining examples of what can be achieved. In our next and final episode, we sit one-on-one exclusively with NBA and Nigerian legend Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. See you next Thursday at 8 p.m.